before, I know the lies. I've been here before, I've seen the sky fall. The sky fall on me. The waves are coming up, they're paralyzed. The fear is breaking in, it's no surprise, no. But it tries though. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. No turning back. No turning back. Where do we go from here? Look in my eyes. There's a spark that we don't need to hide, no. Don't hide it, no. Yeah, bullets in the gun, we pay the price. We must overcome, it's time to rise up. Rise up. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. No turning back. No, we're not turning back. Hypocrites try to get up on me. Demons come, they'll try to harm me. Try to hide, but I think they saw me. But I ain't giving up, no, no. My real friends, they all know the flaw in me. Hate to text, hit me, can you call me? Here I go, new day upon me. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we
Now? Yes,
To the Pocono Mountains we go as we tackle the Tricky Triangle, one of the most challenging tracks here in the schedule with its uniqueness of the layout. And we are back with the Cup Series here to take on round number 9 here at Pocono, the Buitoni Food Group 200. Of course, this event sponsored by Buitoni Food Group. Thank you for sponsoring this event. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back to the Shake and Bake Sim TV. Dwayne Crespo up here in the commentary booth. I'm actually joined up here in the booth today by Jaden Duran, who will not be participating. Jaden, you there?
what's up, man? Well, hey.
Very happy to
doing?
have you up here in the broadcast. I'm doing fine myself. Very happy to have you in the broadcast. Now, I know you're not racing this race, but with the uniqueness of the layout here, what do you think would be the strategy, tire wear-wise, fuel-wise, and who's your pick to win this race here at Pocono?
Well, going on the strategy, obviously the strategy for Pocono is not wreck. You don't want to have a Jimmy Johnson moment. You don't want your career to be ended. But my pick here to win is last year's winner, Devin Thornhill, in the number 5.
Thornhill had an incredible run last season at Pocono. Got the move done on the final lap on Harold Wilson to solidify one of his biggest wins in the season that ultimately pushed him to the championship. But of course, Pocono here, very unique. Every single turn is a different track-inspired turn, actually. I just learned about that a couple of days ago. One of the turns is inspired by Indianapolis Motor Speedway. One of the turns is inspired by Milwaukee Mile, and the other one I completely forgot. But all turns here, every single turn here is unique, so you're going to have to come up with different strategies, different entries, different exits for each and every turn, and that is what makes Pocono such a hard and unique challenge. But here we go, practice going to close off here in just a couple minutes. Couple differences here entering Pocono. Noah Lane is switching away from RBA Racing into 33, not going to be racing for a brand new team entering here, and it is Vibes Motorsports. You may know Vibes Motorsports from Season 1. They're coming back here into Season 3. And Noah Lane will be the main driver for Vibes Motorsport. He's going to be running the number 25 as RBA Racing finds his replacement. Tim Pugel making his debut here in the Shake and Bake Cup Series, running the number 11 Toyota for RBA Racing. And Jaden himself, who's not running Pocono here today, he's going to be switching away from RBA Racing in the 19 Toyota over to Taser Racing in the number 9 Chevy, where he's going to be running part-time. So a couple changes here going to Pocono as qualifying starts to get underway here. And here we go. Let's get
flat track, I would say. What do you think, Dwayne?
Wait, repeat that again. I didn't hear you.
I said it's a very flat track. I mean, the most banking you get is in turn 1 with 14 degrees of banking, which is based off the Trenton Speedway in New Jersey. That is the one you did not mention.
There we go. I mean, it offers a very unique challenge. I mean, one of the only super speedways that's flat out like this. It's just Pocono and Indianapolis. So once again, I'm very excited, very thrilled to see how each of these drivers take on the twists and turns from the tricky triangle. But here we go, qualifying underway here in the Buitoni Food Group 200. As we are underway, I am very excited. Pocono delivered last season with an incredible race. I am hoping that it does the same here. 15 car entry so far.
Wow, that's a lot of cars.
And I believe this is tied or just a little bit under the max that we have had in a Cup Series race. But here we go. Outlap complete as drivers begin on their first few lap times. Michael Egmont currently with a purple sector on the way, which immediately gets snatched away by Thornhill, who will be the first one to put a time on the board. We have a couple penalty reports here for you. Dominic Luba has to serve a 5-second stop-and-go penalty, but he will not be here today at Pocono, so he's going to serve it next race, which I believe is Iowa. So it is going to be very, very fun. Heath Williams as well, he got a penalty all the way back in Martinsville for Charlotte. Missed the race, and he hasn't been active since. He's back on the track here at Pocono, so he is still going to have to serve his 5-second stop-and-go here at Pocono. So it is going to be very intriguing to see how he managed to overcome that penalty and try to get at the top of the leaderboard here at the end of these 80 laps. Speaking of which, yep, 80 laps here at Pocono, 200 miles of racing should be an interesting product here. Speaking of Heath Williams, he goes to the top of the leaderboard all the way to provisionary pole with a 53.74.
Wow. Now that's fast. I know he's white-knuckling that steering wheel.
Heath Williams, one of the quickest drivers that we have had so far this season, and so far, the only repeat winner in Season 3. We have had a total of 4 first-time race winners and only 1 repeat winner, and you're looking at the 1 repeat winner right now with his wins at both the Daytona 250 and round number 3 at Phoenix.
Thinks he sees his third today?
I am not so sure. We'll see if he can overcome that penalty first. Obviously, it's Pocono, quite big of a track. That 5-second stop and go won't be as effective as let's say, Bristol per se, but it's still very intriguing. Still no one coming close. That may be a secured pole position here at Pocono. We'll have to see as we wait for the other drivers to finish their runs.
Well, as a driver myself, qualifying is definitely a lot different track-wise via racing on the actual race surface. I mean, for one, you got cars actually on the track when you're racing, so you got to kind of pick a lane here. Qualifying, the track temp can be different. Say you got 78 on a race, you're going to be looser in the race than qualifying. You never know what's going to happen in these races based off qualifying. So who knows?
Like we said, it's going to be a very interesting product here to see how all of these drivers tackle the challenges here. Keith Hume, I believe in his second lap time, it is a green sector. Can he advance and go up from 4th? He will. Up to P2 he goes. At the front row goes Keith Hume. But it is not enough to overthrow Williams off of the pole pedestal.
What an improvement.
As qualifying is about to come to an end, the 5-minute time limit coming to a close here. And that will pretty much be it for qualifying. Heath Williams, in his return, grabs the pole position, but he will have to serve that penalty. So that is going to be very tough now, and it's going to be more heartbreaking for the number 1 now. Well, here we go. Front row secured. Here is your starting grid.
Hey, Dwayne, is my stop and go 5 seconds?
Let's go up here real quick.
All right, man. No worries.
There we go. Here is your starting grid for the race here at Pocono with the Buitoni Food Group 200. Heath Williams on pole position, but he will have to serve that 5-second stop-and-go penalty from all the way back at Martinsville. Keith Hume side by side with him at the front row. Row number 2, it's Harold Wilson and Michael Egermont. Row 3, Gino Zito and Carter Brockmeyer. Row 4, Stefano Wagner and Davin Thornhill. And row 5, Noah Lane and Adam Snyder. As we continue down the rows, it is Braden Barlow and Alex Morals up in 12. Charlie Jones and Matthew Hill side by side with 13 and 14. And all the way at the back of the pack, it will be Tim Pugel in his debut in the number 11 Toyota for RBA Racing, who did not put up a qualifying time. But here we go.
I wonder if that's a strategy for Tim.
Could be a strategy. We'll have to find out and see here. As here we go, we're gonna get aligned ourselves here, single file, to get a taste of pit road as per usual. And then we're gonna kick things off with the green flag here. You guys excited? Very excited for this race. Like we stated, Pocono is one of the most intriguing tracks in our calendar. Next week will be Iowa, which will be the first time that we run Iowa here in the Shake and Bake Cup Series. Following that will be the Chicago doubleheader at Chicagoland and the Chicago Street Course. Then after that will be Indianapolis with the Brickyard 200, followed by New Hampshire and Atlanta. Motor Speedway, or also known as Echo Park Speedway, to round off the regular season before we enter the hunt for the Cup, which should be an interesting format away from the usual elimination playoffs. Here we go. Let's get those engines fired up here. Next time by, we go green flag racing from the Tricky Triangle. It's going to be a fun one to watch, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's just hope Keith has enough in him to pull up a gap to where he's not at too much of a disadvantage with that penalty.
Hopefully so. I mean, again, hopefully it won't affect them too much due to how big Pocono is compared to some other tracks. But he just has to hope that after he gets that penalty served, he makes sure to stay on the lead
Black
lap.
clear, Dwayne. Black clear.
But here we go.
Black.
There's the penalty issued for the number one. Remember, he has to serve it within the first 3 laps under the green flag.
Dwayne, hey Dwayne, the penalty's for 30 seconds, but I'm just holding for 5, right? Yeah, you did. So, can you figure it out? Thank you. Just don't give me a penalty at all. I can handle it.
Well, here we go. It's time to go green flag racing here.
Dwayne, that's still for 30 seconds, just letting you know, so. Once again, still 30 seconds. Hey, just don't give me a penalty. Just let me hold for 5 seconds.
And of course, iRacing doing their thing and not doing anything
I love
there.
iRacing.
But
Gotta
here we
love
go. It's finally time to shake it
Number
and
1
bake
is
it.
pitting this time around.
Green flag underway here at Pocono. And Keith Hume immediately goes off to the races there. Obviously, Williams here has to serve the penalty within the first 3 laps. And here he goes. Going down below, we're going to make sure to spectate here to make sure that it is 5 seconds.
Ooh, he did lock up his fronts right there.
As the racing here continues, sorry, but we got to watch here to make sure that it is 5 seconds. Does he serve it? Here we go. He's going to be on pole position. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, he is good. Yep, that is good. And he is good to
That was
go.
a little bit longer. He must be confident.
He is good to go, though.
Had a little bit of Keith on Heath action
And
right
trouble.
there. Oh, no.
Caution. Alex Morales in the 24.
Okay, Dwayne, I'm
That's
good, right?
exactly
Because I served my
what
penalty.
Keith
We're all
wanted to
good.
see. Exactly what Heath wanted to see.
That is the perfect timing for Heath Williams. Served the penalty, 5 seconds, and now caution comes out. He is still going to be on the lead lap. So that was basically just an end of line for the number 1 there.
I mean, and now it comes to the question, how long is it going to take for him to catch back up?
Dwayne, what was the reason for the caution?
Wow. What an early caution.
On the first opening laps, caution comes out for the first time here at Pocono. Gino Zito with the fastest lap of the race so far, the 54.47. And here is what happened to the 24 of Morals. Just comes spinning. I believe that is turn 2. And just wrecks it.
Wow.
Tough start for the 24. Still a free agent entering Pocono here.
Definitely not going to be a good look on him on that part.
Do we see any takers? I'd assume not, obviously, with how early this is going to be. Oh, we do have some takers. Noah Lane. Or did he fake it? I believe he faked it. Tim Pugel is going down pit road, though. And he is the only taker. Let's see, did Noah Lane fake it in time? That is the question now.
It almost looks like Tim Pugel has some damage.
Damage that early on the 11. Yep, he is able to get out of there just in time. Pocono a little bit more forgiving here with the commitment box. But that is pretty bad already. 40 number 11. Coming down pit road. We'll see that this might be an interesting strategy that we do not know about. We're just going to have to find out and see here what Pugel has in store for us. Obviously, he said many times before, Pocono, even though it's his debut, not his strongest track. So he may be struggling here a little bit, but just got to put the gas on and never give up, see where it takes him. Could be a shocking surprise here in his debut. Keith Hume will be the one to control the start here going into the caution restart. It's going to be Harold Wilson behind him, Gino Zito, Carter Brockmeyer, Michael Egermont. That is your top 5. As Williams, I mean, what a fortunate moment there. That is the easiest penalty served. Luck could not have been more on his side.
I don't know. It's starting to look like he might get his 3rd win here.
With how fast he is, if he can keep that pace, I surely do not see why not. But here we go. One of our favorite times. It is choose time here at Pocono. Where will the drivers go? Keith Hume going to the outside. Where does Harold go? He's going to go down at the bottom lane. Gino Zito falls behind, so bottom split bandits going to get coupled up down there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard for Heath to catch back up to the field with the whole RBA, Taser, and BSB in this race.
And you can see there are not a lot of takers on that bottom lane. Almost everyone running up high now. It's going to be Harold Wilson and Keith Hume at the front row. Brockmeyer and Zito, followed by Thornhill. And I believe that is Egermont. Multiple contracts already secured for Season 4. Michael Egermont secured a contract with Vibes Motorsports. He's going to be joining Noah Lane for Season 4. Charlie Jones.
Should be an interesting duo here.
Should be indeed. Charlie Jones with Taser Racing. A contract extension. Gino Zito, contract extension with Bottom Split Bandits. Dominic Luba and Matthew Hill have a contract for Season 4. It is definitely going to get pretty spicy going into Season 4.
I wonder how the owners feel.
Team owners have to be sweating, making sure those contracts are locked in and ready to go. You never know when anyone can just come in and swoop for the steal here. But hopefully they won't have to worry about that much longer. Trade deadline coming up at the end of round 10 is when the trade deadline is going to go into effect. And then the offseason will kick off in September 1st. But here we go. Going to our first restart here at Pocono. Green flag back underway. And what a start for Hume that was. What a start for Hume that was on the outside. No penalty so far on the data or by race control. Here we go.
Now we know why he took that outside. What a start.
Hume has always been one with the outside, and he's proving it here today as Harold Wilson looking to the inside of Brockmeyer for second. Action all around the racetrack here this early on. Ooh, contact. Thornhill goes up, gets shut up high, and here comes Noah Lane and Michael Egermont. They're gonna get the jump on him. Heath Williams also looking for a move. Already up to P8 after that restart.
Wow, that guy is fast.
For those that watch DSA Racing, he is very much pulling a Caleb Desai right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, you could say that Keith is also pulling this side with that jump. Man, what a restart.
Noah Lane now looking to the bottom here of Davin Thornhill, trying to get into a top 5 spot for the very first time here for his new team, Vibes Motorsports. And we go single file already this early on. Wagner there, a little bit of a whack out of the outside wall, out of turn 2.
Let's just hope there's no broken toe there.
And you can already see the difference in these bankings alone just by visual. It is surreal.
It sure doesn't seem like much, but turn 1, although it really has a lot more banking than turn 2, turn 3. Turn 2 has 8 to 9 degrees of banking, while turn 1 has 14.
Oh, trouble!
Definitely hard on the driver. Oh, wow.
Michael Egermont goes for a spin. Caution is out. Looked like he got hooked by the nose of Heath Williams.
Oh, wow. Way to keep it off the wall.
What a great save by Egermont there. At least no physical damage seen in that Chevrolet, but that will bring out the second caution here at Pocono.
Controlled the throttle perfectly, swung the car. Wow, just way to keep it off the wall there by the 2.
I want to see that replay. I want to see how he managed to keep it out of that inside wall there. My goodness.
Wow, that Chevrolet is just untouched.
Unbelievable save. Here's the replay. Let's see, did he get hooked by the nose here? Yep, just fortunately went down. Hooked the nose of the number 1 of Heath Williams. Let's see if we can get a good angle here. Spinning, spinning. Does he clip the wall at all? Well, we have a good view here. Let's see. Turns the car around. Ah, cuts it off.
Ah.
Turns the car around. I don't think there's any contact to the rear of that too. That is
locks it down.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Dwayne, I just want to clarify. Am I under penalty for that or anything? Because we both apologize. I explained what happened. It was an accident.
But oh my, what a save. Carter Brockmeyer and Michael Egermont, definitely those that you always want to look out for in these races. They'll always at least have one save guaranteed. And well, there's there's our save for tonight. That was absolutely incredible.
I'm looking to add to that list, but I mean, wow. No one's beating that save tonight. That was just absolutely amazing.
One of the best saves that I've seen Egermont do, to be honest. I want to talk to him about that in post-race interview if he can get the top 3 here. But Jesus Christ. Oh, here we go. Taker's coming in. Brockmeyer switched his mind last minute as he saw everyone go in.
Let's just hope that commit was a little too late.
Almost everyone going in. We have, of course, some drivers that stay out. Gino Zito stays out. Matthew Hill, Adam Snyder, Morals, Pugil, Egermont all stay out. The rest go in down pit road.
Just wondering how those old tires have to feel.
Who will win the race off pit road here? Rejoining here will be in P7. Hume took old tires. Brockmeyer will be the one that goes out, though. He will win the race off pit road to rejoin 7th. Braden Barlow follows behind. I believe Harold
Heath gets
Wilson.
loose out of his box.
I believe Hume actually was able to beat out Wilson by just mere inches.
We do always love a good race off pit road.
It is always very, very fun to see. One of the most underrated parts of a race, to be honest.
I'll tell you what, it's definitely my favorite.
And we have the pinky pair here at the top here. Gino Zito running the Roxy scheme for the 77 Chevy of Bottom Split Bandits. Matthew Hill running the pink Sabrina Carpenter for the number 90 Toyota of RBI Racing.
Let's just hope they work well together.
It's going to be a nice pink pair up here going into the choose time to kick things off once more. And here we go. That Roxy scheme, though, is absolutely amazing. I gotta say that.
Incredible. I've never seen it on a NASCAR, but definitely have seen it on a lot of sports cars. Wow, he is rocking that scheme.
Here we go. Choose rule underway. I believe Zito will choose the outside. What happened here? That might be a penalty. We'll have to find out. Was
Looked like he was trying to warm up his tires.
Was he in the middle there?
Oh yeah, he's directly
Yeah, I was about
third
to say,
lane.
that was just a smidge late.
Yeah, that will be in the middle.
Yep, third lane. The pinky pair is now broken up.
So yeah, penalty will be given to that 77. Failure to...
Let's just hope the other pinky can stay in the front.
We'll see here, but yep. Race control, 77 being issued an end-of-line penalty for failure to directly signal which lane he was taking. Fortunately, stayed in the middle after
Dwayne,
he
was
crossed
mine
the
good?
finish line. I will have to find out. Let's see, did the number 2 was able to get that off in time? Here's the number 2 here. We're about to go green here. Did he get it off in time? Yeah, he did. He's good to go.
Pace car off.
Pace car off, and here we go. Green flag back underway at Pocono as Matthew Hill not going to be your leader after the penalty issued. And Morales and Snyder are banging doors already going into turn 1.
What happened on that restart? Wow. It almost looks like they weren't bunched up enough. Just gave Matthew the entire lane by himself.
We might have some 3-wide action here. Here we go, 3 wide. Barlow, Hume, and Snyder.
Coming to turn 2.
Who gives it up here? Snyder gets past both of them. Oh, but
The wall here
big
is really
knack.
dangerous. Oh, yep, like that.
3 wide once again, this time with Egerman and Brockmeyer.
Block
That's
clear,
a
please.
big knack out of the outside wall for Barlow, and he's going to lose a ton of spots there.
Wow, turn 2 is definitely not where you want to be too wide.
Here we go, 3 wide again. The Williams will back out of it. Go side by side. Gotta be very careful. Looks like minimal door-to-door contact there as we're still 3 wide. Eve Williams down the inside. Egerman clears Brockmeyer. What about Williams, though? Yes, he will.
It is the fight of all manufacturers right there. You got a Chevy, Toyota, and Ford going at it.
It is anyone's fight so far as Brockmeyer going to get back at Williams there up in the high lane. And here's Egremont side by side with Snyder. Hume also looking to make a move here on the 24 Morals. But it is Matthew Hill leading
Ooh,
this
that's a
pack. Could be tough.
And he turns him.
Into the outside wall he goes. 90 is still going though. We stay green.
Oh my goodness.
But Race Control will definitely have a look at that. Keith Hume, though, takes the advantage there, and into the lead once again he goes. Morals just shoved it there, dive bombed on that number 90, and Race Control is definitely going to have a fun time taking a look at that post-race review. But Matthew Hill keeps it going. We stay green. But there's most certainly some right-hand side damage. As you can see, about 6 drivers off of the pack, off of the draft.
It almost looks like he has a broken toe. He keeps washing up the track.
Williams and Brockmeyer side by side for a top 5 spot. Snyder now getting in the conversation, but Williams will clear him. You gotta be very, very careful with those snacks on the outside wall, as it's been proving time and time again. Especially looks like out of turn 2 is where it's happening the most. But Michael Egremont pushing that Chevy to its limits. The number 2 up to number 2.
Wow. After that spin, you'd love to see him there. Oh, and we got someone pitting.
Braden Barlow going down pit road. Surprisingly, it's not Hill, as Brockmeyer and Williams gonna go side by side. Could be very dangerous. Almost looked like Brockmeyer almost hooked up the nose of Snyder there. But here we go. Harold Wilson positionally looking for a move. Harold, who suffered a major heartbreak last season here at Pocono, overtaken on the final lap on the final turn by Thornhill to snatch the win away from him. Can he redeem himself this season? Will we see a repeat race winner? Or will we see once again another first-time race winner grace the track here at Pocono? Most in the Shake and Bake Cup Series history so far. 4 first-time race winners so far in Season 3, with only 1 repeat winner. That is insane statistics.
Very. I mean, you look at these next tracks that we're going to, these are all skill-based. You can easily get lucky on super speedway tracks and intermediate tracks like this, but when it comes to Chicagoland and the Chicago street course, man, you better buckle up. It's going to get crazy there.
And not only skill as a whole, just driving, but of course, strategy as well coming down into play, especially on those road courses. That tire wear gonna get drained a lot. As it's another big nag by Brockmeyer this time.
These cars are very fragile. You hit the wall once, you got a broken toe. You better hope and pray that when you hit the wall, it's a light tab. Yeah, you see him wiggling there. He's checking if he has damage.
See, they're almost ricocheted into the 36 of Adam Snyder. That could have been very dangerous. Let's see what Thornhill here has to respond to try and get by him safely.
Thornhill looking to capitalize on that.
And it looks like he will. Down to the inside. Gino Zito out there to help him. Clear off the 20, and he will get passed by. Will Zito get passed by, though? Yes, he will. Great block by the 77, and they're both through.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be dirty aired on this track. This is a horrible track to be dirty aired on. I mean, you'll go straight into the wall. I'm starting to think, oh, yep.
Yep, there he
Brock Hunter into
goes.
the pit now. Must have had damage.
Like you said, the damage. He's going to go down pit road now, get that fixed up.
Look how spread out this pack is. This is what you love to see at Pocono.
Keith Williams, what a drive. Penalty not stopping him at all, up to P4. Morals third. Egremont with a great run in second. P2 is his best yet, and he's going to go for the lead here. Michael Egremont down to the inside, gets the move done on Keith Hume, and Michael Egremont will lead a race for, I believe, the first time here.
After that save, he must be so proud of himself after that. What a drive.
He is looking very, very strong. He managed to get a couple runs on the NIS with Texas, both on the next gens and the trucks, and he is putting that practice into play. Like we said, Egremont, his best finish is a P2 at Las Vegas with an incredible run on the final lap that he had with Adam Snyder. Can he achieve his first race win here in the Shake and Bake Cup Series? And what an achievement it would be to grab your first race win on an oval coming from a road racer.
Man, just look at the entries onto turn 2. Everybody's everywhere, and it makes the most tiniest mistake to cause a caution to come out.
Don't take your eyes off Keith Hume, though, hunting him down as Heath Williams there in the back, fight for P3. Can he get past Morals here? Let's see how he goes down turn 1. Won't be able to clear him just yet. He won't be able to get him on the turn either. 60 laps to go. Matthew Hill now going down pit road. Maybe the damage that he had a little bit is being effective after all.
Might have had a tire rub. Definitely don't want too much tire wear at this track.
And so far, a lot of green flag running. There's Heath Williams, makes the move down the inside on Alex Morals to get the top 3 spot. But like I was saying, a lot of green flag racing. If a caution doesn't come out here, though, it is all going to come down to strategy. Where do you make that stop, and what do you get? 4 tires, right sides only, left sides only. Fuel, obviously, a lot is going to come into effect here, strategy-wise.
If I was all the way in the back there, I would only be taking fuel.
And here come the leaders coming down to lap traffic. Brockmeyer and Hill. 3 wide going into turn 3. Egremont will get by.
Definitely not what you want to see if you're RBA.
Can Hume do the same, though? RBA with 4 full-time entries, currently running 3. Fortunately, Dominic Luba wasn't able to get here at Pocono.
Could have had our first back-to-back winner.
We could have here in Season 3.
I don't even remember the last time we had a back-to-back winner.
I'm trying to recall. I believe the last back-to-back winner that we had, I believe, was Jaden Newsom. But I could be entirely wrong. With both Michigan and Texas in Season 2.
Spooderman does not remember.
Hume still on the attack on Egremont here, as you can see, everybody single file. Hume looks like he's definitely closing the gap here, though, on that number 2. Could be putting the pressure here. Clouds starting to come out and clear the path in turn 3. You see how sunny that portion of the track was. But weather so far is looking very, very good. 72 degrees. Little to no wind. Cloudy conditions, obviously, as you saw there. Portion of the track starting to clear up.
Beautiful, beautiful weather.
I would say near perfect conditions here at Pocono.
Any hotter, we might see some self spins. Definitely want to keep shade on turn 1.
Well, there's your race recap at the bottom right, going now into lap 26. Michael Egmont is your race leader, as we've had 2 cautions for 6 laps total, with 4 total lead changes so far. As we will have 55 to go now. And look at the difference between that top 3 and the rest of the pack. Well, we said Hume and Egerman were fighting for the lead, but we never counted Heath Williams making a comeback here. Here we go. Keith Hume down the inside of Michael Egmont on turn 2 for the lead. Side by side, Williams lurking behind though. Into 3. Hume with the run at the bottom will clear the number 2. Can he make it all the way to the line? Yes, he will. Keith Hume back to the race lead here. Williams took advantage of the number 2 and passed. Egermont he goes as Carter Brockmeyer going to come down pit road for the 2nd time. Charlie Jones also going down pit road as Williams tries to go for a move on the high line here. Gotta be close with that contact side-by-side action there with the bag. Matthew Hill, one of those drivers. Still side by side. Coming out of turn 1. What a race for the lead we have so far, folks.
Wow, nobody is letting up.
Egermon's going down pit road.
Whoa.
Now we're going to start to see some green flag cycles, it seems. Maybe he said that run, started feeling those tires, and after that run, he's going to say, yeah, it's time to get a brand new set here. Heath Williams gets the move done on Keith Hume, and Williams will lead this race for the first time since his pole position. I very much do want to know what is going through the head of these drivers strategy-wise. Watching and making sure, getting the feel of those tires. Watching that fuel. But Heath Williams putting the pedal to the metal. Alex Morrow's coming down pit road here, so we're definitely starting to see some cycles. Keith Hume is not satisfied with second. He's going to try and go for the lead here once again, but it won't be enough to get him on turn 1. Can you get him into
these
turn
2
2?
are just insanely fast.
I mean, just look at the gap between them 2 and the rest of the pack. It is absolutely insane. Hume is there 100% into turn 3. Here we go. Still side by side. Williams cleared. Or maybe not. Hume's trying to fight it. And he will
Not
fight
really
it.
something you think you would see with everybody getting new fresh tires.
Oh, trouble. Smoke being cleared.
Oh, trouble.
Caution is out. Alex
Oh, no.
Morals once again spinning on the exit of turn 2.
It sounded like he hit the wall there.
That will bring out the 3rd caution of the night. And now I am very excited to see how this shakes up things for the battle for the lead.
Wonder if Heath got any fuel while he was under his penalty.
Pace car coming out of pit road here. Williams has to get back in line. As what has happened here.
What?
Yeah, he's waiting for a pace car to come in. And there we go.
Well, iRacing delay right there.
Yeah. Oh!
Whoa! What the heck happened there?
What has happened here?
Man, those old tires must have gotten up to him.
Did he just spin that by himself?
Yeah. He was trying to warm up them tires. Maybe he's trying to give himself another penalty. He might be finding this too easy.
That might be an EOL. We will see. Did he keep that car going, though? So far, so good. It wasn't a full spin.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's definitely going to be a fast repair.
Oh, boy. And remember, only one fast repair. Fast repairs here act as basically a backup car. So only one fast repair per race. And if he has to use it with something like that, that could be very dangerous. Put him at risk if there's a big one later in this race.
Let's just hope he has his DeWalt drill on him. He's going to need it.
And he is going to come down pit road. And we're going to see, obviously, a ton of people come down pit road to take advantage of this caution. Hume goes in. Thornhill, Zito, Snyder, Wilson, Wagner. And what a play this will be for Michael Egermont as he came down pit road to make that call. He's going to stay out here. And will take the lead of this race going into the restart.
Question is, how much did Michael burn his tires?
Everyone else is going to go down pit road. With, I believe, some exceptions of those that are a lap down. But who will win the race off pit road here? So far, it looks like whoever wins this race will rejoin second. It will be Heath Williams who wins the race off pit road. Right in front of the leaders, that could have been very, very dangerous.
He definitely must have had his DeWalt drill. Well done to those crew members getting that car fixed.
Here's the replay regarding the incident of the 24. This is Alex Morals. On turn 1, the exit of 1 just loses it by himself.
Yeah, let's go to the brake. Almost hit the wall.
Went off the track, but because it happened in front of the leaders, that will be deemed a safety hazard and the caution will come out.
That is what happens when you get no shade on turn 1.
We had a disconnect, I think.
Oh boy, this could be a red flag.
We had to disconnect, join. Matthew.
Looks like
Matthew,
Matthew
but
had
I think
to
he just got
go
back in.
and
I'm
get
not
a
sure.
burger. He might be pulling a Ricky Bobby.
Copy, thank you, sir.
It looks like he's back in the car now. But wow, what an interesting pacing lapse it has been.
Yeah, but we just got confirmation it was Matthew Hill.
Wait, where you at, Twin? Apparently I'm like, I gotta pass people?
It will be.
Man, I'm not gonna spin you, bro. I got just as much to lose as you do, man.
But yeah, it was Matthew Hill who got disconnected from the session. Connectivity issues there for the number 90. However, he is back in that number 90 relatively quickly, so a red flag will not be displayed. Instead, caution will just simply be extended. As I believe this time by will be choose time, but Matthew Hill now gonna be a couple laps down. That is a race ender right there, or potentially a race ender for the Toyota of RBA Racing. And just like that in different tracks, you can see it can go from a high all the way to a low very quickly within just a week. Dominic Luba, race winner last week, and now RBA Racing struggling. As here we go. It is choose time.
Might be because I'm not there. You never know.
Ergamont will choose the bottom lane here.
Who's on the bottom, Dwayne? I got you, thank you.
But here we go. Michael Ergamont had the race lead, and what a fight it was between him, Keith Hume, and Heath Williams for the battle for the lead here. And guess who is going to be at the top three to kick this restart off? Egremont and Williams side by side. Hume right behind Egremont on the inside. It was an interesting choose time. But here we go.
Egremont on older tires than Hume. I don't know. I think that inside line might get checked on this restart.
I was just about to mention, will that early pit stop work out for the number 2? Or will he have to hold on to the hopes of him choosing to go and stay out just a little bit later to potentially wait for that caution and grab the pit stop there? We'll see how it plays out for the number 2 crew here of Taser Racing, but here we go. Pace car in. Michael Ergamont will lead us back to the green flag here at Pocono.
Man, showing us those old tires mean nothing to him. What a restart.
Great restart. And here comes Williams and Hume side by side for second. Morals up there as well. Someone coming out of pit road, I believe that is
Tim
Pedro.
Pedro into the wall. Looks like his car got airborne coming out of pit road.
Whoa, that could have been very risky. Gino Zito
Three
trying
wide.
to take the opportunity. Here comes Snyder, though, side by side with him. Ton of necks on the outside wall. There it is, trouble. Stefan Wagner goes for a spin, and that will bring out the 4th caution.
Off the nose of the 24. Man, this is not his race.
Morals, this is going to be his 3rd incident of him being involved, and this time he will take the number 10 with him, Stefan Wagner. What a bad luck of a season he's been having. He's been running a good race decently in the midfield, but has been taken out by other drivers and other incidents where he has unfortunately had nowhere to go, and this is going to be yet again another instance. Fourth caution waves here at Pocono. This is the replay. Oh, I mean,
Wow. Way to avoid that.
Morals just, like we said, ton of drivers snacking the outside wall there. He is going to be one of them, and just, I'm guessing, yeah, that's maybe some driver spotter miscommunication. Just self-clears himself. And into
My
the number
question is,
10.
what happened to Tim Pugel coming off of pit road?
Here's Pugel coming out of pit road, crosses the blue line. I believe he's just there cruising among the apron as the other drivers or the leaders start to come in.
It's a little bit loose right there.
Oh
He
my
just goes
goodness!
airborne and right into the wall.
Might be a little bump there. And he just hit that straight on. Looked like a rally car jumping all over the
Yeah,
place
that
there.
tire is not spinning. Man, that's tough for Tim Pugel.
He said Pocono was going to be like a nightmare, and it is proving itself right then and there. Not a great debut for Tim Pugel. I mean, it has to be very
Definitely not what
unfortunate.
Egermont wanted to see.
Has to be very unfortunate in your debut. It's one of the tracks that you're mostly unfamiliar with. But fourth caution coming out here. Here's the race recap. We're going to be restarting this, I believe, around lap 39, lap 40. Michael Egermont will be your leader. And we have a couple drivers coming down pit road. Wilson, Barlow, Jones, Wagner, of course, Brockmeyer, and Morals all coming down pit road. That is, I believe, 6 drivers coming in. The rest stay out. So luckily for Egermont, those drivers that he was fighting for the lead here are going to stay out with him. But you got to think what is going through the back of his mind after that.
Yeah, Egermont definitely did not want to see that caution. Seeing Hume and Williams fight it out right behind him, he definitely could have taken off with that.
Well, actually, let's see what he has in store. I want to hear from him. Let's try and get him up here in the booth very quickly. Michael is up here doing the commentary booth to hear us. Let's see if we can get him on here.
Yeah, he's coming.
I can hear you, Dwayne. What's up?
Michael, obviously, you took the dip down pit road after you were done fighting with Williams and Hume, and after that caution comes out. Tell me, what is going through your back of your mind right now? Do you think that that was a good strategy call, or do you wish that you would have stayed out sooner and hopefully pit under that yellow flag?
Realistically, I'm back in the lead. I'm kind of winging it right here on strategy. We're going to figure it out as we go. I got some pace.
I think he's talking to you, Michael.
We got this. It's my best chance I've ever had.
Alrighty, wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
As here we go, it is choose time.
I need an EOL, Dwayne.
He will therefore Harold Wilson. We get ready to kick this underway. And there in the live chat, My bad, everyone. I'm gonna park it for tonight. Rough race for me. That will be the end of this race at Pocono for Tim Pugel. Or I believe that's Alex Morales. I have to see. I believe that is Pugel.
I'm
Actually, no, I believe that
hoping
is
not.
Alex. Well, we're gonna have to find to see.
Wrecking out in your debut race. That is something we definitely do not want to see.
Here we go. Gonna get things kicked off once again. So far, Matthew Hill out of this race. Tim Pugel out of this race. Alex Morales may be out of this race as well. Brockmeyer still gonna be a lap down.
He's definitely hoping for an early caution here. Come in, get some new tires, lead lap. We'll see what Brockmeyer has in store for us.
And of course, yeah, most importantly, I was going to say, get that free pass, but that choose rule is going to play into effect. Green flag back at a Pocono. Only 4 drivers took the inside line.
Wow, what a restart.
Great start for Agamont. And yep, that is confirmation. Morals out of this race. So 3 DNFs so far here at Pocono. Going into the halfway point. Here we go. We've seen this fight before. Hume and Egremont.
It almost seems like Gino Zito and Adam Snyder have nothing for these 3.
Yeah, this top 3 is absolutely running it completely out of the rest of the pack. These 3 have been in a whole separate league this entire race. But officially halfway through the Buitoni Food Group 200 here at Pocono. 40 laps to go. And so far for this top 3, every single one of them has a story to be told. Heath Williams looking for his 3rd win of the season. Keith Hume looking for his 2nd win of the season to become the 2nd driver to be a repeat winner here in Season 3. And of course, Michael Egremont in the hunt for his first Shake and Bake Cup Series win. As Williams to the inside of Hume gets P2 done. What a move by the number 1. Gino Zito now trying to separate himself from the rest of the pack and catch up to this top 3. And I could have my stats wrong, but with a Gino Zito win, he will put himself in the history books to be the only driver to have at least 1 race win throughout all 3 seasons thus far. Got the race win Season 1 at Bristol. The race win Season 2 at Talladega. Get the All-Star win here this season at Rockingham, but it was the All-Star. Can he get a points-paying race win here to get that achievement?
Seems like he's good at every track we go to, so never count him out.
Hume here trying to put the attack back on that number 1, but Williams, that speed that he's been showcasing all season long is going to be very tricky to get past this number 1. Devin Thornhill up there P5. The number 5 is going to round off your top 5. It's a 5-5-5 deal back there in the pack. As everyone, once again, back to single file. There's a car going down pit road, and that's going to be Carter Brockmeyer. What a tough race. What a tough race that the RBA Racing team owner has been having so far. And quite
Haven't
frankly,
seen much of the Pookie brothers together either.
And quite frankly, I will not be surprised if Brockmeyer decides to park that car and call it a day here.
He still has a lot in store. I mean, once that caution comes out, he gets the free pass.
Yeah, but here comes the leaders making their way back around. This is going to put him 2 laps down here, so he's going to have to wait for 2 cautions.
I'm starting to wonder if this is some strategy for him.
Well, I'll tell you that that is going to be one of the most unique and interesting strategies if it somehow plays off.
I'll tell you what, I'll definitely be impressed.
Brockmeyer with a unique history here in the Shake and Bake Cup Series. He has not seen victory lane since Season 1 all the way back at Homestead. Season 2 suffered his hand injury, was out for about the entirety of the regular season, came back 10 rounds later, and unfortunately was eliminated out of the championship 4 by Charlie Jones. Brockmeyer has been trying to break that drought and to try and put that number 20 back to victory lane where it hasn't been seen in so long.
Seems like the top 3 have settled down here now.
Do you think now, through their heads, as they start to mostly cruise here, do you think tire wear and fuel is going to be now a much bigger factor going through their minds?
You never know with this. I mean, they're starting to bunch up together now, so I'm sure they're not worried about tire wear. A little knack on the wall for Michael Egermont.
Here comes Hume. So far clear of the number 1. Can he get it out of turn 3, though? Looks like Williams is still going to fight it on the outside. Yes, he will.
You think they'd be side drafting?
Williams will continue to hold on to second place. They're coming to the line. I'm surprised that Hume didn't try to side draft there a little more. Try and get that bigger run.
Definitely could have gotten him into turn 1. But we definitely do not want to see what happened to the 90 earlier in the race happen to these two up front.
Gap slowly starting to increase between the top 3 and Gino Zito. As once again, this top 3 has been absolutely surreal.
Well, I'll tell you this, if one of these 3 don't win, I know they're all going home disappointed.
Or I can tell you at least that much. I mean, what a heartbreak it would be.
Wow, the gap between Gino Zito and Davin Thornhill is just increasing.
But you have to take a look at it from the other side of the coin. Zito actually might be getting closer to Hume. We'll have to find out.
The more these 3 battle up here, the better on Gino Zito.
At least from a visual standpoint, it does look like that 77 is slowly starting to creep in.
Two-tenths of a lap is better than no tenths of a lap.
Brockmeyer will take a trip down pit road once again, and that might be it for the number 20.
Oh, no. Tough day for RBA. Came in here strong.
I mean, what a fall off. coming off of a race win, and now it's a very, very tough day here at Pocono. That just proves how different the outcomes can be here in between the weeks.
But not just a race win last week. They had P1, P2 back to back.
It is unbelievable. Connectivity issues, and just the pace, unfortunately, not there. Tough night indeed.
Gino Zito closing in fast. As a road course racer, he definitely knows how to use those old tires.
Well, we were saying that from a visual standpoint, at least, it looked like he was starting to close in. And whoop, you can tell that he's closed in now. The gap is no longer existent. The 77 turns that top 3 into a top 4.
Makes you wonder what these three are thinking, seeing Gino Zito close in like that.
Especially off the 62 of Hume there, who he just saw a couple laps ago. That 77 quite far behind him in his mirrors. Checks again, now he's right behind him. You would think what would be going through his mind right now.
Oh, yeah, he's just running a perfect line. He's just smooth, consistent. This is what's allowing him to catch up to these guys.
"30 laps to go here at Pocono. And boys,
It almost looks like Keith Williams is putting some aero block on Keith Hume.
I would not be surprised if that's what he's trying to do.
And that gap is no longer there. He is there.
"29 laps to go. And boys, as Zito approaches here at the number 62 for P3, we'll see here in a little bit, but I think it is time to go into a little bit of shake and bake, crank it up action presented by Logitech.
Crank it up!
Take it away. back from the shake and bake, crank it up. And what a move by Gino Zito. Into P3 he goes, gets past Keith Hume, and we have ourselves a big, big fight for this race win. 25 laps to go from the Tricky Triangle.
It almost looks like Hume got into the wall there a lap earlier.
Could have been a big, big mistake by that 62, but Gino right there at the rear of Williams. Well, looked like he almost shoved him out of the way a little bit. They're closing in slowly on Egremont, though. Jaden, I gotta ask, do you think Egremont has enough of that tire wear? Do you think he has the tires that he has on right now to try and get this all the way to the end of this race?
I do not. I really think he's going to end up slipping out once that shade hits turn 1. That random track tempo will always catch some drivers off guard. I think Heath Williams will end up making the pass. Either Gino Zito or Heath Williams are going to make that pass on Egremont very soon.
It may come sooner than expected. Here comes Williams on the attack.
Yeah, Williams not having to fight anyone anymore. He can catch up to Egremont.
Here we go. This could be the race decider.
Looks like he's going to dive in. Oh, wow, what a block.
We're starting to see some green flag cycles come in, diving Thornhill down pit road. So will Charlie Jones. Taser Racing probably has a strategy here. Egremont trying his best to absolutely block that number 1, but they're going to be side by side here, going into turn 2.
Inside line is definitely the line you want here. Gino Zito looking to capitalize on this moment.
Can Gino get past both of them as these two fight it on their own? Can he find a little bit of a sneak by there and slip through both of them? Williams, bigger run on the outside. Egremont is going to come down pit road here. That could be a smart move.
Oh, wow.
Olaf Taser Racing going down pit road. That could be a smart strategic move by Egremont. And now puts the pressure on Williams and Zito to get their tires done.
If a caution does not come out here, we're definitely going to see a very interesting winner.
It is now all down to these three who have not yet come down pit road. So now these are the ones that we're looking to see if they have the tire wear for it. Egremont now coming out of pit road. He's going to be a lap down, I believe. But that, of course, will come back to him.
Hit the wall.
Oh, he did. Look at that loss of momentum there.
More takers on pit road.
Wagner now coming down. And that is all of Taser Racing done with their stops. And if you come down pit road now, I am most uncertain, I believe, that you can make it all the way to the end of this race.
I mean, we've been green for how many laps now? About 40?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, we can definitely make it to the end of this race, at least on fuel. I don't think we'll see any tire blows.
Gino Zito coming down pit road. Keith Hume also coming down pit road.
Those two might be working together. Wow, look at that lead.
Now it's all gonna come down to strategy.
This might work out perfectly for Egremont if he can catch back up to Williams if he ends up pitting.
Noah Lane and Adam Snyder running second and third for the time being.
Remember last year, though, we had a crazy lap last pass for the win. Will we see something like that again this year?
If so, that is gonna be very exciting. I was out of my chair watching that finish. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was in overtime too, so that the pressure was through the roof.
Just hopefully we don't go into overtime and see something like what I did at Texas, because that would not be very good.
Keith Williams comes down pit road, and now Noah Lane will be your provisional race leader.
How long until he pits?
Here comes the rest of the field, though. Harold Wilson, Carter Brockmeyer, Gino Zito.
Brockmeyer still on track.
Gino Zito ahead of Michael Egremont. I think Egremont had a slow stop.
Might have missed his pit box. Doesn't look like there's any damage on the car.
Keith Williams goes in front of Gino Zito. Noah Lane coming down pit road. So far, out of the green flag cycle done with their stops, it's Heath Williams at the front.
You think anyone's risky enough to do fuel only here?
I am not sure. Honestly, I don't think I see any takers going for fuel only here. And if so, that has to be one of the most high-risk, high-reward things I've ever seen.
Be an incredible finish if that would have happened.
Zito trying to get to the back of Williams here. 17 laps to go. Those laps slowly starting to tick down here. And I know it doesn't apply to a track like this as it's much, much bigger, 2.5 miles. But like I've always said, you always gotta make sure that you don't leave that move for the last possible second. That time frame can quickly slip away.
I mean, just think about it. Less than 10 laps ago was when Michael Egremont was leading.
Yeah, I believe Egremont had a slow stop. That's Williams and Zito way in front of him. Same with Keith Hume. That's going to be tough, tough luck.
There have definitely been some dominant drivers today.
That could be a heartbreak for Michael Egremont. I believe had the most laps led and looked very, very strong here. Could have been his...
Sounded very excited about this opportunity.
Could have been his best chance to grab a race win here. Well, here we go. The final sprint. 15 laps to go. Or 16 laps to go, I should say.
Never count Egremont out, though. He might be all the way back there, but you never know. We may see Gino and Williams get tangled up a bit.
I mean, if you're Egremont here, you're most certainly praying for a caution.
I think everyone here is praying for a caution, just for a little tiny break. Ooh, Gino into the wall.
Slight knack there. Adam Snyder and Harold Wilson still not going down pit road. Do you think Wilson has enough?
I don't. But I'm certain we will find out.
Could have been one of those strategies that we have just not been paying too much attention to. Could catch us by surprise here.
I mean, split-second decisions going roughly 200 miles an hour on a triangle. I mean, they're definitely under a lot of pressure right now with these laps continuing to tick down.
If you're Williams, how much pressure do you have to see that 77 slowly start to roll in? "14 laps to go."
Ooh. That's what Williams wants to see, is Gino Zito messing up.
How crazy would it be if Adam Snyder has enough to go all the way?
Oh, that would be wicked. Spooderman would definitely approve.
I mean, could be a sleeper pick. He is about a half the whole track to Heath Williams. As they were both into the backstretch, Snyder was coming down the start-finish line.
My pick, Thornhill. I mean, I still have him on the table. He's P6 right now, but he ain't too far behind Egremont.
There's Williams. Here's Snyder. It's very, very tough.
I think we're definitely going to see a dominant top 5 here, though. I do think Snyder pitted before Taser did, though.
Could be
Well before.
Could be one of the biggest strategy moves ever. Here's the stint lengths. Snyder only on 2 stints.
Oh, no.
So
He might
far,
not be able to make it.
he is the fewest person that has pitted. Has only pitted once.
Oh, lordy.
Snyder, one of the best at saving their tires.
If not the best.
Will he be able to put that magic once again?
But then it comes down to fuel. Does he have enough to make it to the end? He definitely has enough room to be half throttling right now.
He's been on this stint for about 36 laps.
I believe these
Oh,
cars
there we go.
hold about 55, right?
Snyder going down pit
there it
road.
goes.
And now we play the catch-up game.
It's like when McQueen was a lap down at Vegas.
This is going to get interesting very, very quickly. 10 laps to go.
I am dancing in my seat right now.
Harold Wilson to the race lead, but does he have enough? He has pitted, I believe, 3 times.
He did pit, I believe, right after Egremont went in.
Williams and Zito will get past Snyder. So now it's all up to Harold Wilson, who is getting pushed by Brockmeyer.
I don't know. If he half throttles and just works with Brockmeyer, Brockmeyer could easily push him. They can both work their way. Harold could easily take this win with Brockmeyer behind him. I don't know when Brockmeyer has last pit. Just like that. Giving him good bumps. That blink is definitely not helpful, though.
9 laps to go.
Brockmeyer just pushing the absolute heck out of Wilson.
I mean, he's 9 laps down. RBA hasn't been quite the best today, so I'm guessing he just said, screw it, I'll be the support driver for tonight and just help out bottom split bandits here.
Little loose out of the corner.
8 laps to go.
Something's telling me that Brockmeyer did not have the tire temperature he wanted. Full backstretch length between the leader and second place. This is getting interesting. Brockmeyer into the wall, though.
It will all come down to see if that 83 has enough to make it all the way to see that checkered flag.
What an upset that would be.
This would be his second win this season, second driver to be a repeat winner here this season, and this would be a dream for Harold Wilson to grab his first win on an oval. Seven to go.
The way he's just coming out of those corners, he's definitely in a save mode. Look at that gap decreasing fast.
Yeah, I was about to say, to me at least, it does look like they are slowly approaching, though. And with 7 laps, I do believe they do have the time.
It's about 54, 55 seconds around on a fast lap, but that's about almost 7 minutes he would have to hold them off. Brockmeyer's nose is starting to look a little bit damaged from how hard he's pushing Wilson.
See another big bump.
Wow.
And yeah, you can tell that
Look
gap
at
is
that gap
decreasing.
closing.
You gotta start thinking of a strategy now.
I don't think there's any time for strategy. If he pits, he's going to lose the spot. The time to pit was 2 laps ago when he had that long enough time increase. He definitely would like to know what's in his mind.
Well, I don't know about you, but this is reminding me a lot about that McQueen, the King and Chick, slowly creeping in.
Oh, yeah.
5 laps
Brockmeyer
to
into the wall
go.
again.
They are on it.
Looks like it stayed the same about that lap. They just need to keep doing what they're doing. Hopefully they can hold off.
Brockmeyer's into the wall. Wilson won't have help.
Mathematically, they can make it. They can definitely make it mathematically if Carter does not do that.
The gap is non-existent from 6 seconds to 4 seconds.
Oh, no. Wilson definitely did not want to see Brookmeyer get into the wall.
They're closing
Zito,
in.
though, putting pressure in on the one.
Well, now Heath
When
Williams.
did that happen?
Well, now Heath Williams is gonna be sandwiched between Chevys of bottom split bandits. Gino and Harold are teammates, so this is gonna be very interesting how this plays out.
It comes down to will Harold end up blocking Williams? Carter, light tap on the wall again. Gino looking to make moves. I'll tell you what, Dwayne, I'm definitely shaking in my boots right now.
Harold once again suffered the heartbreak last season with a final lap overtake by Thornhill. Will he suffer it again, or will he redeem himself from last season? 3 laps to go, 7.5 miles of racetrack left for the 83.
It looks like he can get it done if Gino and Williams stay fighting back there, I should say.
And Brockmeyer now slowly going back to that rear of Wilson.
Brockmeyer might have some damage after all those wall taps. Looks like he has turn 1 under control, though.
Absolutely no mistakes from here on forward.
Might get a photo finish if he ends up running out of fuel.
Gap down to 3 seconds.
Any mistake by these 2 drivers right here, and their race is just completely over.
2 laps to go, 5 miles. Two seconds.
They are closing in fast. Gino's gap seems to have decreased.
Brockmeyer pushing Wilson here as much as he can. Oh, Wilson
Pushing
looked
him
like he went a
that's
little
something
high.
to owe him.
It's gonna all come down to the wire. Thank you very much. But here we go. Out of turn 3, it's gonna come down to the wire. White flag, 1 lap to go at Pocono.
Will we see an upset? Will the Wilson run out of fuel?
Still at 2 seconds. Gotta push everything now. And
Zito and Williams trying everything they can.
I think he has it.
What would have happened if Brockmeyer never pushed Wilson?
Unbelievable. From a heartbreak last season, what a redemption this will be for the 83. His first win in an oval. Finally, a dream accomplished. Harold Wilson wins at Pocono. His second win of the season. His first on an oval. He hangs on the final laps to get the win at Pocono.
What a strategy. I know he's going to be sending 50 cases of beer to Carter tonight.
What an absolute
blew it.
strategy
I absolutely fucking blew it.
performance.
Well-deserved win.
Mr. Consistency. Just bringing it in more and more. Second win of the season for Harold Wilson. His first on an oval. It is redemption from last season here at Pocono. What a strategic masterclass. And there he goes. Big hit on the backstretch.
Oh, he did a little bit of a circle right there. We'll call it a burnout.
I could be wrong, but I believe he said that he ran out of fuel coming to the checkered flag.
They all need to stop ganging up on him if he wants to get the victory lane.
Yep, and Zito. There's some true teamwork right there. Zito trying to push Harold.
Yeah, look how dusty that track is. Oh, and he's
Straight to
doing
Noah
another
Lane.
victory burnout.
I don't think he has the fuel for it.
Yeah,
He won't have the fuel for it.
He definitely did his little circle there. What a win by Harold Wilson. Wow. definitely a well-deserved win. Makes you really think what would have happened if Carter Brockmeyer was not behind him.
Yeah, Williams and Zito were closing in very quickly, but Wilson and Brockmeyer, that has to be the best teamwork I've ever seen from drivers that are not teammates. And speaking of Brockmeyer,
going backwards.
speaking of Brockmeyer, there he is.
Try to get his screen time. Looks like he's stuck on the wall. Gino just can't get him out. Look at the front end damage on Gino's nose.
He is trying his absolute best to get Harold out of that wall, but
This is not your win, Gino. Why are you burning it down? Oh, Wilson resets.
oh
Not what
man.
we wanted to see. But what a win by him it was.
Here is your race results from Pocono Raceway. Harold Wilson gets it done. Redemption and his first oval win finally sees the light of day. Heath Williams and Gino Zito, P2 and 3 finish. They were trying to run him down, but unfortunately, they won't have enough laps to do so. Great strategic masterclass by the 83 crew. It's going to be Adam Snyder and Diamond Thornhill rounding off the top 5. Michael Eggermont, MP6, as you heard it, are very, very frustrated with himself. Keith Hume in 7th, followed by Stefano Wagner, Noah Lane, and Braden Barlow to round off the top 10. That's going to be Charlie Jones, Carter Brockmeyer finishing 9 laps down, with Alex Moros, Tim Pugil, and Matthew Hill, the 3 DNFs of tonight.
Heath Williams comes back to second place after that penalty. That is absolutely crazy.
What a absolute drive by Heath. But he's showing that he's been capable of, no matter the circumstances, putting that car up at the front, and he's going to prove it here again at Pocono. Here is how the championship stacks up. Heath Williams trying to get back in it. Back to 4th in the standings. The top 3 stay put. Wilson, Thornhill, Brockmeyer, Snyder in 5th. It's going to be Jones, Egmont, Luba, Lane, and Gino Zito in that top 10. Matthew Hill fighting for a spot in the hunt for the cup. Same with Keith Hume and Carter Roy over there as well. But nonetheless, let's go into these post-race interviews. And my goodness, what a race we had on our hands up here. Let's get Harold Wilson up here. What a strategic masterclass it was for him. Harold, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I got you, man.
Harold,
There he is.
redemption from last season. Obviously, the heartbreak last season. Thornhill with a final lap maneuver to steal a win away from you. What a strategic masterclass. The strategy played out. You outlasted Williams and Zito, who were trying to chase you down, and you redeem yourself to pick up your first win on an oval here at Pocono. How are you feeling right now to pick up your first oval win and your second of the season?
Oh, man, it feels good. I got 2 this year. First oval win. I got to give a shout out to Buitoni Food Group here. Sponsored the race, sponsored the car this week. I ran out of fuel probably 100 yards from the start-finish line. Whew, my heart's still thumping over here.
Nonetheless,
Oh yeah, we hear it.
but Harold, talk me through those final laps and the strategy as a whole. Was this what you had in plan all along, or halfway throughout that strategy did you just come in mind, hey, I think I might have enough to make it all the way through? Talk me through that strategy and what was going through your mind during those closing stages of this race.
At the point I figured out I could have made it, I had to save about 3 laps of fuel. Pulled it off on a dime there. Couldn't, I was having to clutch it and lift off. I was half throttle all the way down the straightaways. And once they started pitting and I saw how much time I gained, I knew it was over, as long as I could save that extra little bit.
But
Looked like Mr. Brockmeyer was behind you. Was he helping you?
He was giving me some shots for sure. I was a little nervous he might take me out, but that's why I race everybody clean and I don't burn my bridges. Me and Carter were teammates season 1, and we helped each other out then, helped each other out last season, and Looks like we're still doing it this season.
Good man. It
Like
is finally nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Like I told Jaden earlier in the booth, that has to be the best showcasing of teamwork from drivers that are not teammates in the history of the Shake and Bake Cup Series. But what a win for you here at Pocono. What a performance. Is there any final shoutouts that you would like to do?
Yeah, once again, I want to thank my sponsor, Buitoni Food Group. My sponsor also last week, I didn't get an interview. The Danville Pet Medical Center there sponsored me. Shout out to Nala, my wife, daughter, Will, all the BSB boys, Steve Walker, Stupid Dude 1020, and whoever else I always forget.
Alrighty, what a race win. Go celebrate that victory lane. Second of the season, first in an oval. Congratulations on your race win.
Thank you, man.
Alrighty, let's try and move up Heath Williams up here in the booth. He's going to be your P2 finisher from Pocono. Let's get him up here. Heath, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Heath, obviously, the elephant in the room, you had to take the penalty for 5 seconds stop and go, but a penalty will not be enough to stop you. You managed to drive that car all the way to the front of this pack. You led a couple laps, but ultimately won't be enough to catch up to the 83. Still with a decent P2 finish. Talk me through your race here at Pocono, and are you satisfied with that P2 finish here in your return?
Yeah, first off, I just want to thank Jet Lucky Motorsports and DeWalt for giving us a lightning fast #1 Ford Mustang Dark Horse today. But yeah, didn't really turn out exactly how we wanted. It just didn't really play out exactly in our favor. To kind of start off that penalty, in my opinion, it was bogus. Well, not the penalty, but the penalty being here. But I served it, so we'll leave that for another day. It doesn't matter. But yeah, man. I mean, I've shown time and time again that I can drive from the very back to the front, and I showcased that today. As far as the race goes, I think that was just a strategy issue there. Came down to one car. Had the race have gone, 4 more laps, I probably would have caught the leader, but I didn't, and that's just what it is. That's how racing is. But yeah, I'm just so proud of the team today. Got a few call outs. I want to apologize to Michael Egermont in the beginning for that shove. We kind of resolved it on our own. Kind of put off the racing incident. But I want to apologize for any damage on that car. And then also, I got a call out from Mr. Zito saying that all I know how to do is aero brake. Well, in my opinion, that's part of racing, man. That's how you use the car and the air to slow people down behind you. I wasn't even trying to do that, so I'll say that was a driver skill issue. But yeah, so ultimately, very proud of the team, very proud of the result today. Just trying to keep it above the cut line and be there when it counts. When the chase comes into play.
My man.
And obviously, you missed a couple of races here going into Pocono. Tell me, with you and Christopher Barrios obviously on the command, what is next for Jet Lucky Motorsports moving forward to try and get both of you into the hunt for the Cup?
Yeah, I had some business meetings I had to attend to down in Florida with our other endurance racing team and whatnot. So that's why I missed those races. But yeah, going into the races that I missed, we had a big deficit. And to see, I think you said it was we were 4th in the standings. That looks great, But like I said, with this format, we got to be there when it counts. When that chase comes into play. And I think that we have a great team, especially Christopher Borries. He hasn't really been as active, but we've been busy with some other stuff. So I think as a team, we're very good. And yeah, I really look forward to the rest of the season.
Jet Lucky Motorsports putting on the work, and you'll prove it here tonight with a solid P2 finish on your return here. Is there any final shout-outs you'd like to do?
Yeah, I just want to say shout out DeWalt, shout out Dick Cheney. There's a few other shout outs I won't mention due to censoring, but yeah, shout out this #1 Jet Lucky Motorsports team. We were just so fast today, and yeah, I mean, shout out to everyone who is doing a clean race. However, I will say, Keith Hume, you doored me a few times, but I'll forgive you this time. But yeah.
One more question for you.
Yes, sir.
What happened there under the pace lap when you wrecked yourself into the wall?
Yeah, so I wouldn't call it a wreck. I'd say that was a minor incident. Yeah, that could have screwed us. I'm not gonna lie. But I think that was a driver skill issue. But I got second, so I think that kind of makes up for it. Don't you think?
DeWalt power tools coming in play.
Hey, that's what we like to see. It's what we like to see.
Nonetheless, great
My man.
performance from you here at Pocono. Solid P2 finish in return. Wishing you and Jet Lucky Motorsports the best of luck going into the next coming weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, let's get Gino Zito up here. He is going to be your P3 finisher here at Pocono. And what a hunt down it was with him, Heath, and Harold Wilson. Let's get him up on here. Gino, can you hear us?
Yep, no.
Gino,
My man.
you were running the front of this pack quite some time. Obviously, we saw the fight. It was between Egremont, Hume, and Williams. Then drivers back down, and then it was between you, Williams, and Harold Wilson. Ultimately, your teammate got the win here, but talk me through that final lap and those final laps as a whole, trying to push and catch up to Williams. What was your overall strategy here, and how are you feeling with your overall result here at Pocono?
First, I want to say congratulations to Mr. Harold. It's amazing for us all to have an oval win now, I'm pretty sure. So, other than that, I mean, it was a good race. And at the end there, Heath can say he wasn't aero blocking, but he definitely was. Also, every time I got a run on him out of the corner, he would block and, try to mess with the air. And to me, it's really not racing because I was the faster car, and it was literally just air that I could not get through. I caught him almost every corner, and I got it onto his bumper, and he would do the block and grab, and then I would lose it again because it's the aero blocking. But other than that, it was a great day. We had a really good Chevy Camaro, and I'm glad that we got up to P3. I wanted more. I really did. I wanted the BSB 1-2, but you don't always get what you want on the racetrack. But today was a good day for us.
Obviously running up there quite some time, and dirty air constantly playing a factor here, especially with tracks like this in Pocono and especially at Darlington. But nonetheless, P3 finish here. What's next for Bottom Split Bandits as we still have 2 road courses on the field? How do you think about your chances going to next week at Iowa and Chicagoland and the street course?
I haven't had too much practice at Iowa, but we are going to get the car there and get some practice this week. Chicagoland, I do not think I'm going to be making, but the Chicago street course, I definitely feel confident, and I do feel as if not BSB 1-2, I definitely will be up there. I feel very confident about that, and I'm ready for that race. I've practiced it a lot, and I just can't wait.
Bottom Split Bandits putting in the work, trying to get back into that team championship lead. But nonetheless, what a performance by you and the team here, of course. Is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
Shout out to all the BSB boys, man. We're a great team, and we're working together perfectly. Shout out to the man above, of course, and shout out to everybody here, man. It was a fun race, really clean race, and I couldn't ask for more.
Alrighty, well, nonetheless, thank you for your time up here. Wishing you and
My
Bottom Split
man.
Bandits best of luck going into the next weeks.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Alrighty, should we end it here? Should we pick up the next 3 here?
I say we pick up the next 3.
I think we should pick them up. Why not? Let's go up here. P4
Let's get
finisher.
Egremont up here.
Well, let's go by order here. Let's get
Darn.
Adam Snyder up here. He's gonna be your P4 finisher. Adam, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, Dwayne.
Adam, slight heartbreak
Oh, man.
there at the end. You were running in the lead. It looked for a moment there that you had it, and you had what it takes to go all the way. Unfortunately, you're going to have to come down pit road, and that will sacrifice 3 spots to put you here in P4. But how are your overall thoughts here at Pocono? What do you think you could have done better to give out that strategy more and try and carry that car all the way to victory lane here tonight?
I probably could have saved fuel a little bit better. I mean, shout out to the team because they were just better than I was tonight. But yeah, I came into the pits, took 2 tires, topped off on fuel, and yeah, just got to do what you got to do. So it was a good race overall, clean race. Shout out to Noah Lane also for we were working really well together. I let him by because I thought he was faster, and then he scraped the wall and let me by because he had a little damage. So it was a good clean race.
And obviously, another good points there for you is you're going to continue running in that top 5 in the standings. How do you feel so far halfway through the season, or almost halfway through the season, for your chances going into the hunt for the cup?
I feel really good. I I missed the first couple of races because I joined a little bit late, so I'm wondering if I wouldn't be up there in first place if I didn't miss those couple races. But we feel good. Team's great, and well, I'm looking forward to next week.
Alrighty, well, nonetheless, great points day once again for you here. It's going to be a P4 finish at Pocono. Is there any final shout-outs you'd like to do?
Shout out to the team, shout out to Center Garage, and shout out to Michael Egermont. He's my idol.
Alrighty.
My man.
Thank you very much up here in the commentary booth. We'll see you next week at Iowa.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Alrighty, let's round it off with these last two. And this will probably be the biggest heartbreak of the night. P6 finish for Michael Argamont. Let's get him up here. Michael, can you hear us?
Yes.
Mr. Eggman.
What's going on?
Michael, obviously one of the biggest heartbreaks coming out of Pocono here. You had, if I'm not mistaken, the most laps led here. It looked like you were running it constantly, and obviously those green flag cycles changed absolutely everything, and you will have to finish and settle for a P6 finish. Tell me about your performance here tonight. What do you think about it, and what do you think you could have done better to hopefully change up that strategy and continue leading this race to potentially your first race win here tonight?
Man, it's simple. I just lost 12 seconds in the pit. I locked up going into pit. Luckily, I didn't speed. I got down to the pit box, and the team decided to put 18 laps instead of 22 laps of fuel in. And so I had an argument with the crew chief. I was like, I need more laps. There's 22 laps left in the race. I'm not going to be able to do this on 18, which cost me 10 seconds. And I came out 10 seconds behind, and the whole race I was the same speed as Gino, Harold, Adam. Like we were all the same speed. Like when I was leading, they would catch up. I would go in front. They would catch up. I would go in front. So it was almost impossible. I gave it everything to try to catch up, but without a caution, there was just nothing I could do. By the end of the race, I just burnt my tires because I was just trying to set qualifying laps. But it is what it is.
Unfortunately, strategy won't work out the way you wanted to here today, but you were running it pretty good at Pocono, and a similar banking, or at least, or a similar track type would be Indianapolis. How do you feel about your chances at Indianapolis being another long oval if you can continue this momentum going into Indy in the next couple rounds?
There's only one thing I don't want to continue. That's screwing up. I tend to have at least one screw up a race. I really just got to look into it, see how we go, talk with the team, see what I just need to keep improving on. Because at this rate, we're just not even going to make the chase. We need to get together. We need to figure this out.
Alrighty, but nonetheless, a decent points day here for you. Hopefully you get your first race win in the near future. Is there any final shoutouts you'd like to do?
No, thank you.
Alrighty, well that will be it for Ragama here. P6 finish at Pocono. Wish you the best of luck going into the next weeks. Alrighty, last but not least, let's get Noah Lane up here in the booth. He will be your P9 finisher, racing for the brand new team here, Vibes Motorsports. Noah, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I got you.
No,
what is up, my man?
Noah, you were around the midfield.
What's going on, guys?
Very, very good. You were around the midfield for most of this race, obviously driving for a brand new team. Your departure from RBA Racing as you signed the brand new deal with Vibes Motorsport. How does it feel running your first race here under Vibes Motorsports and under the main captain of the team to run the first race here? And how does it feel to grab the P9 finish?
Honestly, dude, I couldn't ask for a better car, better team. I do want to give just a quick little shout out to my RBA guys. Those guys, that's a great group of guys. They're our sister team, so I was working with them all night, kind of on pit strategy when they got out of an accident, and I kind of just took my own thing. But yeah, it was so much fun. Vibes Motorsports and this Chevrolet Camaro. You guys built me a hell of a car, It was a great long run car there. When me and Adam came down to P1 and 2 and we were fighting, we were both on the long run. I just ended up getting tight coming out of turn 2 and clipping the wall, and I was just like, Adam, go on by. If I wouldn't have clipped the wall, it probably would have come down to me and Snyder being third. That would have been the difference between third and fourth, or fourth and fifth, or however we finished. But definitely big props to Mr. Snyder and the number 36 Chevrolet. He's definitely a good one to race with. And Vibes Motorsports, man, if you guys keep building me cars like this, I'll bring some wins to the team for sure.
And I was just about to point that out. Obviously, race winner from Las Vegas. It was a 1.5 mile track. I gotta say, how does it feel, or how do you feel about your chances going to Chicagoland, another 1.5 mile track? Do you think that car that you have right now has the durability to go on the long runs to potentially grab the win at Chicagoland for your second win?
Absolutely. They're on that. I think the wrecking caution, I think it was the third caution of the race. I took 4 tires and a full tank of fuel, and everybody else was, I think, 10 or 15 laps short. If I would have kept it out to that green flag run, I would have had to short pit it, probably only have to have 4 laps of fuel. It would have been on a great pit strategy. Definitely would have been a top 5, but with this new team, I'm definitely more than happy with the top 10, that's for sure.
What a great debut for your new team here. What a great team debut. I'm sure they are going to be very, very happy with your performance. Is there any final shout-outs you'd like to do?
Like I said, just big shout out to Adam in the 36 car. He was a great guy to race with. All the guys over at RBA being our sister teammates. Nice to have some teammates, even though we're not manufacturer teammates, but both good friends on and off the track. They weren't upset about my departure. I just want to give a big shout out to them. God, obviously, for keeping us safe, because I know there were some pretty massive and nasty wrecks out back behind us. So I just want to say thanks to everybody and thanks to the team. I'll see you next week in Iowa.
Alrighty, P9 finish for Noah here. Congratulations on that P9 finish inside the top 10. Wish you the best of luck going into Iowa.
Thanks, buddy. We'll see you next week.
Alrighty, and that will be it here from Pocono. What an eventful race it was. And oh my goodness, once again, the Pocono Mountains delivering here with a great race. Let's go over our race results one final time here before we sign y'all off. Let's take a look here. Harold Wilson picking up the win here at Pocono. What a performance it was. Heath Williams and Gino Cito round off the top 3 podium. Adam Snyder, Devin Thornhill round off the top 5. It's going to be Michael Egermont, Keith Hume, Stefan Wagner, Noah Lane, Braden Barlow rounds off the top 10. And for the rest outside of the top 10, the other 5 is going to be Charlie Jones, Carter Brockmeyer 9 laps down, and then the 3 DNFs of Alex Morals, Tim Pugel, and Matthew Hill. Fortunately, connectivity issues played a big factor there. Very unfortunate, but hopefully it's a much better race for him next week. But that will do it here from Pocono Raceway, round number 9. Again, I gotta say it again, what an absolute great race this was. But that will be it from us tonight. Make sure to tune in next week, Monday night, for round number 10 at Iowa Speedway. Our first time tackling Iowa here in the Shake and Bake Cup Series. That will mark the halfway point of the season, and of course the trade deadline for those team owners. That being said, it's Dwayne Crespo up here in the commentary booth alongside Jaden Duran, and we will see you all guys next week. So guys, have a wonderful, good rest of your night.
My man.